Hello everyone, and welcome to another video in our Travel Photography Demystified e-course. Today I want to talk a little bit about travel portraits and making the ask, particularly for those of us who take portraits when we travel, and that also of strangers. So how do you make the ask? How do you get that interaction? How do you get those lively, happy pictures of strangers who you've never met before? So when I post a lot of my travel portraits on my Instagram or on my Facebook, I do get asked this question quite a bit. How do you make the ask? How do you establish that rapport? And it's actually very, very easy. It's not a complicated process at all, and it all just stems from being yourself. The first thing that you really need to do when you come into a situation where there are strangers and you want to take their picture is make eye contact. It's incredible how so many people, and forget photographers in general, even people that you meet and you interact with, so many of us don't even have this skill. I mean, we are so focused on what's next, what's going on in our head, what email we've gotten, or checking Facebook or on Instagram or whatever it is. They are pretty much having a conversation like this. The person is talking to them, but they're looking down on their phone or they're looking somewhere else. That's the worst possible way to establish any sort of connection, any sort of rapport. When you meet someone for the first time, I think it's just good manners to look them in the eye and greet them, say hello. Be yourself, but at least make that connection, that direct eye contact. Break the ice, and by break the ice, I mean just have a conversation about some neutral, general, happy topic. Talking about the weather is always good. If there's, if you're traveling to a different country, read up on what's happening in that country. Maybe there's a sport that's going on. Maybe there is a festival that's happening. Maybe the weather has been really good or really bad. Keep the initial conversation general and take cues from the other person. If the other person really wants to have a more detailed conversation, wants to get in depth, then that's your cue to kind of have that interaction be a little bit more personal as opposed to superficial. But break the ice, talk about something that's neutral, that's happy, that can start the conversation. And it's up to you, because you're trying to approach the person. You want something from them, i.e. take their picture. So you need to make the effort. Always establish rapport before you make the ask. A lot of times I find, and I see photographers, particularly when I'm traveling outside of the US, they will just take their camera. They're pretty much walking around with the camera in front of their face, covering their eyes. I don't know what you can see from that little square viewfinder, but I want to experience a location, a country, a culture, a people beyond my viewfinder. So my camera is always ready. It's with me. Sometimes it's just hanging around my neck with the camera strap, or it's in my purse, easily accessible. But I'm always looking around, trying to see what I find interesting. Do I want to talk to someone? Do I want to stop and observe a scene before I actually start taking pictures? So definitely establish the rapport before you make the ask, because it makes it so much more easier. Sometimes you have to buy something. This is particularly true when you are in a market or in a street fair or somewhere where there are vendors that are selling things, and you find something interesting and you want to take their picture. For the most part, people are okay if you ask permission before photographing, but sometimes vendors, they don't want their stuff and the merchandise that they're selling to be just used as props in a photograph. So maybe it's as simple as just buying something small, and then again, establish that rapport and ask the question, can I photograph your shop? Can I photograph your things? They look so pretty, or I really like them, they're interesting. It just makes, again, the ask so much more easier, and it's coming from a place of genuine interest as opposed to just wanting to take the picture and walk away. If you are photographing street performers, I think it's kind of an unwritten rule that you need to pay them. These people make a living from performing, be it playing the guitar, singing some songs, or playing the drums. These people are there to make a living, even if it is a few bucks. So don't be disrespectful and take their picture and walk away, especially if you're enjoying their music or if you're enjoying their performance. Give them something, because that just makes their day. And lastly, this is something that I have started to do more and more, and I just find it such a wonderful experience for the person I'm photographing as well. Show them the back of the camera. I mean, if you're comfortable with your skills, your photography skills, show them the back of the camera, because a lot of times people are not used to being photographed, and when they have their picture taken, when they agree to have their picture taken, they almost want to see what they look like. So show them the back of the camera, make friends. Sometimes they will want a copy of that picture, so get their phone number. I know outside the US, this app called WhatsApp is actually very, very popular. It's a great way for communicating with people all over the world, and a lot of people have this app. So maybe you just take down their number and send them the digital image through WhatsApp, because you have taken their picture. They've given you permission to take the picture, and the least you can do is to share it with them. So I hope these tips were helpful. Again, making the ask is really not that hard when you genuinely come from a place of wanting to make that connection. If you are insincere, if you don't have the time to communicate, don't have the time to establish rapport, don't even take the picture, because you're not going to have a good experience. They are not going to have a good experience. And guess what? The next time somebody else walks up to them trying to take a picture, they're going to be very, very apprehensive. They're going to be antagonistic. They will not want to have the other person take a picture. So don't ruin it for somebody else who maybe is coming from that place of good intention. So I hope this is helpful. So the next time you travel and you want to take travel portraits of the local people or strangers that are in and around where you are, try one of these tips and let me know how it works. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.